Hi everybody, how are you doing? I'm doing very well today. We have been talking about Kevin Hincke books. Yesterday I read you a Kevin Hincke book and we learned that Kevin Hincke is the author and the illustrator, so that means Kevin Hincke drew the pictures and wrote the words. And I also talked to you about the word character. And the word character means the people or the animals in the story. And I asked you if you knew who the characters were in the story that we read yesterday. So today, I'd like you again, while I'm reading this story, to see if you know who the characters are in the story. I'm going to ask you that question after I'm done reading. This is the Kevin Hincke book number 2 that I'm reading. It's called Julius, the Baby of the World. My cameraman, Brendan, is going to zoom in now to the pictures. So now I need you to crisscross applesauce, get nice and settled, and we are going to begin our story. Good, cameraman Brendan?
Yes.
Okay. Before Julius was born, Lily was the best big sister in the world. She gave him things, she told him secrets, and she sang lullabies to him every night. After Julius was born, it was a different story. Lily took all her things back. She pinched his tail and she yelled insulting comments into his crib. "I am the queen," said Lily, "and I hate Julius." Whoa, that's not a nice word. But her parents loved him. They kissed his wet pink nose, they admired his small black eyes, and they stroked his sweet white fur. Lily thought his pink wet nose was slimy. She thought his small black eyes were beady, and she thought his sweet white fur was not sweet, especially when he needed his diaper changed. "Julius is the baby of the world," chimed Lily's parents. "Disgusting," said Lily. Lily had to share her room with Julius. After Julius goes away, "Do I get my room back?" she asked. "Julius isn't going anywhere," said Lily's mother, and he didn't. He stayed, and he stayed, and he stayed. Lily was supposed to be very quiet while Julius slept. "After Julius goes away, can I talk like a normal person again?" she shouted. "Julius isn't going anywhere," said Lily's father, and he didn't. He stayed, and he stayed, and he stayed. "We want Julius to grow up to be as extraordinary as you," said Lily's mother. "So we must tell him constantly how beautiful he is and how much we love him." And when no one was looking, Lily had her own idea. "We want Julius to grow up to be as clever as you," said Lily's father. "So we must sing him his numbers and his letters whenever possible." When no one was looking, Lily had her own idea. Lily's idea was to teach him the numbers the wrong way and teach him his ABCs the wrong way too. That was Lily's idea. Hold on, I feel like, yep, okay, got it. Lily's parents were more than a bit doubtful about leaving them alone together. Lily tried to frighten Julius with her nifty disguises. She learned magic and tried to make him disappear. And when that didn't work, she simply pretended that he did not exist. Lily spent more time than usual in her uncooperative chair. That's her timeout chair. She doesn't look too happy. She's standing up. She says, "I'm hungry." She says, "I have to go to the bathroom." She ran away from her timeout chair. Yikes. Lily's parents showered her with hugs and kisses and treats and of all shapes and sizes. They even let her stay up 15 minutes later at night. It didn't matter. Nothing worked. "I am the queen," said Lily, "and I hate Julius." Uh-oh. But her parents loved him. They kissed his wet pink nose, they admired his small black eyes, and they stroked his sweet white fur. "Julius is the baby of the world," chimed Lily's parents. "Disgusting," said Lily. Lily's parents were amused when Julius blew a bubble. "Can you believe it?" they exclaimed. But if Lily did the same exact thing, they said, "Lily, mind your manners." Lily's parents were dazzled when Julius babbled and gurgled. "Such vocabulary," they exclaimed. But if Lily did the exact same thing, they said, "Lily, let's act our age, please." Lily's parents were amazed when Julius screamed, "What lung capacity?" they exclaimed. But if Lily did the same exact thing, they said, "Lily, let's restrain ourselves, please." One morning, while Lily was busy playing opera, her mother said, "Why don't you put some of that verbal exuberance to good use? Why don't you tell Julius a nice story?" "He's too little to understand a story," said Lily. "He can understand in his own way," said Lily's mother. "Okay," said Lily, smiling. "Julius is the germ of the world by me," said Lily. "Once upon a time there was a baby, and his name was Julius. Julius was really a germ. Julius was like dust under your bed. If he was a number, he would be 0. If he was food, he would be a raisin. 0 is nothing, and raisins taste like dirt. The end," said Lily. Oh boy, she was not being kind to her brother. The story earned her 10 minutes in the timeout chair. Lily warned her friends Chester and Wilson and Victor about babies. "Trust me, they're dreadful," she said. She warned strangers about babies too. "You will live to regret that bump under your dress," she said. Lily ran away 7 times in one morning. "I'm really leaving this time," she called. "Who knows where they'll find me?" In the same afternoon, Lily had a tea party and everyone came. Everyone except Julius. "His invitation must have gotten lost in the mail," she exclaimed. Lily had glorious dreams about Julius. And ghastly nightmares, too. Lily's parents showered her with compliments and praise, and niceties of all shapes and sizes. They even let her drink juice out of an antique china cup. Nothing worked. It didn't matter. "I am the queen," said Lily, "and I hate Julius." But her parents loved him. They kissed his wet pink nose. They admired his small black eyes, and they stroked his sweet white fur. "Julius is the baby of the world," chimed Lily's parents. "Disgusting," said Lily. Okay, let's see what happens. When Lily's mother felt up to it, she planned a festive celebration in honor of Julius. All the relatives came. There was quite a spread. "What's the big deal?" said Lily. "Haven't they ever seen a silly lump before?" Apparently not. All afternoon, the relatives hovered over Julius. They kissed his wet pink nose, they admired his small black eyes, and they stroked his sweet white fur. "Disgusting," said Cousin Garland. "What?" said Lily. "Julius," said Cousin Garland. "I think his wet pink nose is slimy, and I think his small black eyes are beady, and I think his sweet white fur is not so sweet, and he needs his diaper changed." Lily's nose twitched. Her eyes narrowed, her fur stood on end, and her tail quivered. "You're talking about my brother, and for your information, his nose is shiny, his eyes are sparkly, and his fur smells like perfume." Cousin Garland was speechless. "He can blow bubbles, he can babble and gurgle, and he can scream better than anyone." Cousin Garland tried to run out of the room. "Stop," said Lily. "I'm the queen. Watch me closely." Lily picked up Julius and she kissed his wet pink nose. She admired his small black eyes and she stroked his sweet white fur. "Your turn," said Lily, handing Julius over to Cousin Garland. "Kiss, admire, and stroke," Lily commanded. "Now repeat after me," said Lily. "Julius is the baby of the world." "Julius is the baby of the world," said Cousin Garland. "Louder," said Lily. "Julius is the baby of the world." And from then on, he was, in everyone's opinion, especially Lily's. The end. All right. My cameraman, Brendan, is going to zoom backwards so you can see me. This was our second Kevin Hinkey book. Do you remember I asked you a question? If you could remember who the characters in the story are, who the people are in the story. So there weren't people, but there was animals. They were mice in this story. And there were characters in this story. Do you know who they are? Can you tell me who they were? All right, let's take a peek. So first of all, we know one character in the story is Lily. She was in our story yesterday too, wasn't she? And we also know that the mom and dad were characters in the story. And there was one more character in the story. Do you know his name? If you said Julius, you were right. So there were really 4 characters in the story, most important characters. The daddy, the mommy, Lily, and baby Julius. Good job, my friends. I'm glad you were a good listener. I wanted to show you one more thing before I go. I sent an email to your moms and dads, and I asked them to do something special with you every day. I asked them to take a piece of paper and divide the paper up into 4 boxes. Do you see? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And each day, I'd like you to draw a picture of something you did with your family that day. Maybe you went for a walk. Maybe you made Play-Doh. Maybe you played outside. Maybe you saw some beautiful flowers outside. You're going to draw the picture, and then on the bottom, your mom and dad are going to write the words of what you did that day. And then when we're all back together again at school on our beautiful circle time rug, we are going to share what we did when we were at home. So we all know what you did. So that's something I'd like you to start working on. I'm also going to be sending emails to your mom and dads about fun activities you can do. I'm going to send Play-Doh recipes. I'm going to send some of our favorite things that we do at school. Like we love to trace things and we love to color things. We love Play-Doh. And I'm going to send those ideas to your moms and dads so you can do them at home. Okay? So I will see you tomorrow with another video. Bye, everybody. Love you.